I'm not making her life as ugly as mine.
Come on, Wade, it can't be that bad.
Ah, bullshit. I'm a monster inside and out. I belong in a fucking circus.
Wait, Vanessa loves you. She doesn't care what you low. Oh,
Do you like what you see?
no. You look like an avocado. Had sex with an older, more disgusting avocado.
Yeah.
Not gently, like it was hate fucking. There was something wrong with the relationship, and that was the only catharsis that they could find.
Fuck you, Uwe Boll. Fuck you, Uwe Boll. Fuck you, Uwe Boll. This is Matthew Davis, the movie lover here, and oh god. Oh my. Oh god. Wow, guys. Where do I begin? I just got done watching this zombie film for free. It was so bad. And I'm serious. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. This film defies cliches. Uwe Boll, what the fuck were you thinking? It's kind. Let me just start by saying, his name is kind of weird. Uwe Boll, when it's spelled U-W-E. Shouldn't it be Uwe Boll? Because there's no V, but if you don't know who Uwe Boll is, he's known to be the worst director ever. He has made some of the worst movies ever, like Blood Rain, which I have not seen, nor will I ever want to see, and Alone in the Dark, which is the worst movie he's ever made. And wow, guys, really, his trademark is basically, he makes movies based off video games. He pretty much knows those suck, so he might as well just torture people by making them. Like, really, guys. This movie was awful. Let me give you guys a little backstory. House of the Dead, the video game series, was basically known to be an arcade series and had some games released for a console. And pretty much it became a popular video game arcade series. You know, you just go into first person mode and you just shoot the zombies that you see. And pretty much, yeah, which I never played any of the House of the Dead games before. But if I ever go to an arcade and see that there's, ooh, House of the Dead machine, I might as well play it. Or I might as well play the House of the Dead, other House of the Dead video games. So, yeah. Although it wasn't very popular at the time, I mean, it's not like a big franchise like Resident Evil or anything like that. But Uwe Boll decided to make a movie out of it, just like he did with Alone in the Dark, which wasn't a popular franchise either. Pretty much the only good game was the first one, and that game was released on a bad video game console, the 3DO, something 3DO, which I think people will only get that pretty much just for Alone in the Dark. I hope they do release Alone in the Dark video game for other consoles soon, like a remaster or something. Not like that remake that looks awful. But House of the Dead, oh my god, the movie, just wow. This is one of the worst movies based off video games. It's even worse than the Resident Evil sequels. It's worse than the Angry Birds movie. It's worse than Ratchet and Clank. It's worse than the Super Mario Brothers movie. Yes, you heard me. It's worse than the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's even worse than the Doom movie. And the 2 Lara Croft Tomb Raider movies. It's not as bad as Alone in the Dark, but my god, was this film awful. So, anyways, the movie starts with a cliche opening credits sequence. And pretty much, in the beginning you see a bunch of teens partying, like a bunch of idiots. You see one girl has her shirt, has her shirt off. You see her boobies. And pretty much you see these people making out or whatever. And pretty much one day after that, you see this couple on an island. One of the girls, the girl goes swimming in the ocean, and her boyfriend doesn't want to go in it. So he stays out of the ocean, and she just goes for a little swim. But then, basically, out of nowhere, he disappears. We don't see him get taken. We don't see him... No, it just... One of the scenes just cuts to him. We see him on the ground, and then later, he's gone. He was taken to this house by zombies, and pretty much... She goes looking for him, and pretty much... She sees that... She sees that she's dead. That he's dead, and she gets attacked by zombies, but we don't see her getting torn apart. That's the thing. Nobody gets torn apart in this movie. Like, really. We don't see that many people getting torn apart, like, getting their bodies ripped or the zombies eating their guts. We don't see that at all. Alright, and pretty much we got a bunch of stupid teenagers going to the island, which we don't see them going into a house until like the last 30 minutes of the movie. So just call it like Island of the Dead. Just like, really. And pretty much they do go there, and a cliche, they're going to be camping out there. What, is this like Friday the 13th with zombies in it? And pretty much, yeah, they do a lot of cliches like they do around doing stupid stuff. There's this one scene where a woman picks up a bloody shirt, and nobody even freaks out about it. Nobody's scared about it. That's the thing, because this movie has horrible acting. The acting in this movie was shitty, like, really. It's actually quite laughable, but not as laughable as Tommy Wiseau in The Room. This film wasn't even laughably bad. It was just bad, period. Like, really. And pretty much later on, this is pretty much like any other horror film. Alright. And another thing, aren't zombie films supposed to be fun? This movie was boring. Yes, we do see a lot of zombies getting their asses kicked or killed, and pretty much later... Let me just say one thing. The editing was fucking horrible. Like, every time we see someone being alone, getting attacked by zombies, it just cuts to that. We don't see guts or gore getting open, no. And, alright, during the apocalypse scene, where everybody fights the zombies, they have clips of the original... Like, here's the thing. When it fades out, they use clips from the original video game and then move on to the next scene. Like a loading screen in a video game. They use clips from the video game and put it in the movie. And they use it a lot in the battle scene. Like, really. And this movie is just full of slow motion. Full and packed with slow motion throughout, like, really. And another thing, this movie was not scary at all. This movie was not scary. I was not scared at all. I did not. And the thing is, the characters in this movie are idiots too. Like, really, what? Like, really, like, seriously, and just. This is just full of cliches throughout. Like, Yeah, we see the stupid teenagers going to this place, and pretty much they don't know that someone's going to attack them or something, or some bullshit like that. And yeah, like really, and the dialogue is just so cheesy. Like, I can't understand any of the dialogue that's going on in this movie. Like, I just I just don't get it. Like, really, what? Am I supposed to believe that these are actual characters that are actually scared, that are actually trying to fight zombies, trying to protect themselves, or are they just being fucking idiots? Because that's what it feels like. Because the performances from this movie were just awful, like really. And I gotta say, the kills were just pretty lousy. There was no creative kills in this movie. Like, really. I didn't care about any of the, like, near the end of the movie, okay, in the end of the movie, the guy fights a final zombie, he chops his head off, but what a surprise, that's not good enough. No. No, he's still alive, even though he doesn't have his head. No, you have to squish his head, or shoot his head. His head can't be in one piece. I call bullshit on that. How is that even possible? Okay. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. There was another scene about, like, I'm pretty sure I've seen zombie movies where we see heads getting chopped off. Like, really. In better zombie movies, okay? But anyways, what else? Oh yeah. This guy's girlfriend is getting attacked by the zombie, and pretty much he's having thoughts, and his thoughts are everything that happened in this movie. We see a speed run of everything that happened in this movie. Nothing else after that. I don't understand what was with that part. Okay, I don't get any of what any of this has to do with the original video game. All that it basically has to do with the video game is the clips from the original video game. Because this is just full of generic, bland, mediocre special effects throughout. Like, oh, we get the scene where a girl shoots a shotgun with CGI bullet and the bullet coming apart, and just a lot of pellets going right through the zombie. Yeah, that wasn't even creative at all. Anyone could do that. Because yeah, that's exactly how it works. But really, and the makeup effects for the zombies are so lousy. I mean, how did they become zombies? Like, really, we don't know. In 28 Days Later, we understand what happened to the zombies, or why they became zombies. In the very beginning, we see how they became zombies. Like, really. In the video game, The Last of Us, we see how they became zombies in the first place. I gotta say, in The Last of Us, that feels more like a movie than this does. This does not feel like a movie at all. It feels like a mini-series. A mini-series, like, really. The camera shots don't even feel like they would be like a movie. No. It just feels like a miniature TV series with dumb characters. Because the characters in this movie were so stupid. I didn't give a shit about any one of them. And I seriously... and that's the thing. This movie wasn't even fun. Because, you know... zombie movies are supposed to be fun. Bloody fun, but no. No. It was boring. This movie was so boring. Like, really, like... yes, there's a lot of kills in the movie, but that doesn't hide the fact that the kills were lousy. And the makeup effects look... that's the thing. The practical effects in this movie look totally fake. Like when the zombie's head gets blown off, a lot of his skin is plopping on that side, and it looks totally fake as fuck. Everything in this movie looks fake. The blood looks nothing like blood. Some of it was too dark, some of it was too bright. Alright, none of it looked like real blood. I mean, yeah, Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, I could totally tell the blood was fake, mainly because it was all watery and stuff. But that's the thing. At least Evil Dead 2 had some realistic looking blood, like the scene where Ash cuts his hand off with a chainsaw. That looked realistically bloody. I'm not even sure if realistically is even a word. Pardon me about that, but yeah. But wow, just wow, guys. I cannot believe this movie. Oh my god. Like, are you serious? This movie just proves there's no such thing as a good movie based off a video game. Yes, I will admit. I thought Silent Hill was good. I thought the first Resident Evil movie was fine, okay? It was fine. Alright. At least Silent Hill does feel like it was based off its video game. I mean, Pyramid Head looks like the Pyramid Head from the video game. And at least we do get some scenes in the first Resident Evil that look like they feel like from the actual video game. But the sequels, no. I will admit, okay, I cannot lie. I think the sixth Resident Evil movie looks alright. It looks like, it looks okay. I will admit that. Alright. And who knows, maybe there might be some hope for the next Resident Evil video game, Resident Evil 7. There might be hope for that. I really hope that game is good after the abomination known as Resident Evil 6. But really. But Resident Evil Revelations was supposed to be good. And I think that came after Resident Evil Revelations 2. I think that came after Resident Evil 6. So there might still be hope. But anyways, back to House of the Dead. Guys, this film has horrible editing, horrible writing, horrible looking zombies, mediocre acting. No, not even mediocre. Awful acting. A stupid plot full of tons of horror movie cliches throughout. Like, really. I really got nothing. It feels like I'm shitting on this movie more than I did with Alone in the Dark. But really. Guys, this is, without a doubt, the worst zombie movie ever made. It's worse than Plan 9 from Outer Space. It's worse than Cell. The new movie, Cell. That was the worst movie I've seen this year so far. But nope, still not as bad as this film. It's even worse. It's even worse than... yeah, all the Resident Evil sequels I know, and what else was there? But yeah. Anyways, now I know Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. I liked. I thought it was good. I can say that film is a hell of a lot better than this movie. Like, really, I enjoyed that movie for what it was. Saw that in theaters with my friend. We both liked it. It was definitely no masterpiece like Zombieland or Shaun of the Dead. But it was good for what it was. But at least that film had more gore. But this film, Anyways, this is one of the worst horror films ever made. Don't watch this movie. Go watch tons of other zombie movies that are way better. Dead Alive, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's worse than Day of the Dead remake. Yeah, that's how bad it is. Anyways, what else? Shaun of the Dead, Zombieland, Dawn of the Dead remake. That film's way better. See, there are a lot of zombie films out there that are way better. 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later. Both of those movies are way better than this piece of shit. Uwe Boll, I'm glad you're done making movies. I may not hate you as a person, but as a director, no. Guys, House of the Dead definitely gets a strong 0 out of 5. Ugh. I can't believe I've been talking about this movie for 20 minutes. But guys, just stay away from this movie. It was awful. So yeah, that is it for this video, and I will see you guys later. Word out.